We are so glad you have joined us today. Our meeting will begin momentarily. Hello, and welcome to the meeting of the Webster County Board of Education. We are so glad you have joined us today. Our meeting will begin momentarily. Hello, and welcome to the meeting of the Webster County Board of Education. We are so glad you have joined us today. Our meeting will begin momentarily. Begin momentarily. Hello, and welcome to the meeting of the Webster County Board of Education. We are so glad you have joined us today. Our meeting will begin momentarily. Hello, and welcome to the meeting of the Webster County Board of Education. We are so glad you have joined us today. Our meeting will begin momentarily. Hello, and welcome to the meeting of the Webster County Board of Education. We are so glad you have joined us today. Our meeting will begin momentarily. Hello, and welcome to the meeting of the Webster County Board of Education. We are so glad you have joined us today. Our meeting will begin momentarily. Hello, and welcome to the meeting of the Webster County Board of Education. We are so glad you have joined us today. Our meeting will begin momentarily.
This meeting will come to order. It's a regular meeting of the Webster County Board of Education. It's Monday night, September 9th, 2024, 6 p.m., and we're at the board's office. First item on our agenda is approval of the minutes. So is there a motion to bring approval of the minutes onto the table?
So moved.
Susan, is there a second?
Second.
Lisa. Any corrections or additions to our minutes from our last regular meeting held Monday, August 26th?
Just one. Under the consent agenda, we need to just add that all members voted in favor of that motion and the motion carried. Under section 7.
Did anyone else see anything? Mike, Susan, Lisa, Jimmy? No. Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we're going to bring school performance / student outcomes, academic goals. We're going to bring Bryce Barrett up.
Yep.
And so I'm going to let the superintendent and Beth take
Well,
over from here.
I really don't have a lot to say. I'm hoping Mrs. Roberts is going to carry me on this one. She was very gracious in coming up here and bringing Bryce. We're very proud of him, and would like to hear a little bit about what was going on, let the board know, and pat yourself on the back a little bit. Come on up, buddy.
Yes, very good.
So I want to give Bryce the opportunity to speak too, because I know you guys like to hear from the students more than the teachers.
Can we get her a microphone, Stacy? Oh, okay, 10-4.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Stacy's got me.
All right, I didn't see it.
I want to give Bryce the opportunity to speak because I know you guys enjoy hearing from the students, but I just wanted to let you guys know and remind you this was a national award. Not just a state award, but we're talking all 50 states throughout the United States. And as Bryce's proud teacher and advisor, it's an honor to recognize him for his outstanding and remarkable achievement. He won the Stop the Bleed essay contest, which grants him a $1,000 scholarship. And he also, in winning that, has won 10 Stop the Bleed kits for Webster County High School. But we have discussed the fact that we have 3 elementary schools who might need trauma kits. And with Mr. Markle's approval, we're going to gift to them 3 of those trauma kits so that they too can be safe. So it's my privilege to present Bryce with a medal to commemorate this significant accolade and recognize him for his hard work and success. And I just want you to know, Bryce, that I'm extremely proud of you and the lives that you're going to touch as you continue your pursuit of passion for emergency medical services and nursing. I know it's going to make an enormous difference in our community. So I wanted to give you this medal in commemoration of the national award that you won. And it says Bryce Barrett on the front and national winner on the back. And of course it's red and black.
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations.
Hey, well, not
wanna
only
come up
is
and
Beth
say?
proud of you,
We
we
are
are
proud.
because you
Yes.
represent Webster County in our high school. We are
Yes.
proud of you too, Bryce.
Thank you. A lot of this wouldn't have been possible without Ms. Roberts' help. Since sophomore year, she's helped me learn lots about the medical field. The program helped me a lot this summer when I took my EMT course. Just everything she's taught me to do there has helped a lot, and so I'm very appreciative of Ms. Roberts and the program.
Well, Bryce, we're very, very proud of you.
Yes,
and
we are, as I'm sure your parents are too. Look
yeah.
at that big smile on your mother's face.
But thank you. You've done a remarkable job representing this county, and we are so proud of you. Great job.
So proud.
Great job.
If I could say one more thing, because he brought up something. I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but Bryce passed not only the state of EMT program, as Mrs. Williams did, but also the national EMT program. So, as it is the tradition within healthcare to pin someone when they earn that accolade, this is a surprise. Mr. Markle didn't ruin this one for you. I purchased an EMT pin, a national pin, and I would ask that your mother, who is deeply proud of you, please come up, because it should be the person who's most important to you in supporting you in these endeavors, who pins you. And I know no one's more important to you than your mother, sweetheart. So this is for you to pin Bryce with his national EMT pin. You're going to do this again at the end of the year with all the other things he earns. Yep, okay,
Congratulations again, Bryce.
And guys, let's not forget that Mrs. Williams also earned that accolade. So I really wanted to
Yes.
say congratulations to her as well, because she took the same exam that he did.
That he did.
And that I'm very proud of her as well for passing that exam.
Thank you guys very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you. And now we're down to 4 student disposition.
We do have one disposition this evening. This was new this morning, so we will have to take action here.
I move that we go into executive session under West Virginia State Code 6-9A-4 to decide upon disciplining, suspension, or expulsion of a student in any public school or public college or university.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. We're in executive session.
Time is 6:07 p.m.
Do you mute these, Stacy, or do we?
I'd do it anyway.
we're ready. Oh, we go, what, is Casey, you ready? Okay, Susan, turn your mic on.
6:13.
We're all green. We're ready.
We are now out of executive session.
I would ask the board at this time to vote upon my recommendation of the student disposition that was discussed in executive session without providing any names or details that could identify that student.
Okay, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Is there a motion?
I motion.
Mike, is there a second?
Second.
So all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I assume there's no delegations, no one signed up to speak. We're down now to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to bring number 7, our consent agenda, onto the floor?
So moved.
Susan, is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any questions about payment of bills, fundraisers, and extracurricular trips?
Madam President, I'd like to ask the Webster County Athletic Boosters approached me. They are beginning to look at working with companies on these sign donations that you see in the gymnasium and the field. We have that recommendation for, or that fundraising request for the next board agenda. They have asked, they want to get started on this right away because due to some issues of just to get more funds, they're wanting more money quickly. They've asked that if we could approve a business advertisement sign donation for all sports for Webster County High School Athletic Boosters on this agenda. And I said I will ask, that will be up to the board if they want to wait to have it written on official agenda. We can put it on the official minutes that this was added to, but I said it was completely up to the board if you wanted to wait till the next meeting.
If I look, is it this meeting or the next meeting, where there's 3 weeks in between 2 of our meetings? It must be the next one, the end of September until October.
It's my opinion
So
and
it's
my
2 weeks
recommendation.
now.
I don't foresee it being a problem.
I don't
This is
either.
not going to be common practice in this county.
Right.
But due to the state, the financial state of athletics and trying to get some money for these programs, I would like to move that we do this immediately.
I don't have any problem
I don't
going
have
ahead
it.
with it.
Okay.
Me either. So this is, so it goes under the high school fundraisers, and it's going to be,
Business advertisement sign donations for all sports for the 24-25 school year. Business advertisement sign donations for all sports for the 24-25 school year for Webster County High School Athletic Boosters.
and this is athletic boosters. And so the dates will be for the whole
Yes,
year, right?
Yes.
All school. the whole
we
school
could
year.
put a date for September 10th through end of year. I mean, whatever. But those sign sales, I believe, go through the summer. Some of them they'll be working on those through the summer. So I would say all the way through, and we'll just bring this back in July. We'll let boosters
June
know.
30th,
Yeah, that's fine.
20.
And we just need to get
25.
Sarah. Can we get something out to Mrs. Williams to let her know that? Put a reminder to bring that back to us in July of next year, so we can just put it on the July 1.
Okay, while we're talking about fundraisers, now that date's set for November 2nd for the elimination dinner at the high school.
I don't know that. Gabriel
Is it-
said
It's
Said
set,
it was.
that's what I have, but it wasn't
Okay.
a confirmed date.
so that's a confirmed, Mike's shaking his head, yes.
Okay.
A lot of fundraisers. Any other questions, board members? Payment of bills? Mike, you got any questions?
No.
Susan?
No.
Lisa? Jimmy? No questions? Okay. Hearing no further questions about payment of bills, fundraisers, or extracurricular trips, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're now down to section 8, new business. Is there a motion to bring new business, section 8, onto the floor?
Motion.
Lisa, is there a second?
Se-
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Second.
Mike? All right. Number 1, superintendent goals, which he's passing out to us
These aren't due till the end of the month, but
in the September.
I thought,
This is Jimmy's. Are we gonna make a file for Jimmy?
I thought you might as well just get them out of the way. And I'll let you review those. If you have any questions or we need to change anything, this is when we did it last year, so I'll let you read through those and Hey, Jimmy, you got your phone with you?
Yes, I do.
Are you on your cell phone?
Yes. Yep.
Stand by.
Okay. Yeah, just send that to me.
I didn't know you weren't gonna be here. I'd emailed them to you.
Okay.
Here they come.
Okay.
Once these are approved, we'll have to send them to the State Department. They'll have them down there they don't do anything with them. We just gotta show that you all I've set goals and you all have approved them.
Any questions, board members, about any of our superintendent's goals?
What's learning focused?
Learning Focused is a new company. We began utilizing them last year. They provide a lot of achievement, high yield instructional stuff, strategies. They work. It's like a dual component company. They come in. They work with one fraction of it works with our administrators on leadership roles and improving, looking at data and analyzing data to improve student achievement. And then another side of it, they work with the teachers. They come into the classrooms, they work with them, and that's the name of the company's Learning Focused.
Okay.
And I've been through a lot of these. I've seen a lot of them, I've listened to a lot of them, and I really like this group of people. They seem to, and Dr. Powell does as well. She's the one that kind of, she got them, it wasn't me. She's the one that found them and brought them in, a lot of research-based stuff, and I'm excited to work with them again this year. I got a little bit of it last year. They kind of got their feet wet in our county, but they're all in with us now. So I'm excited
And
to work
where are
with
they based out of? Where are they?
them.
Inside our state?
Think he is. Don, our admin leader is, but I don't know where Learning Focus is out of. I'm thinking Ohio. I think they're out of Cincinnati. I
Okay.
think. I'll find out.
Okay, I just wondered out of curiosity.
I think Don's from here or Pennsylvania. I can't remember. But I like them. They're phenomenal.
Okay.
They get good stuff.
Is there a cost to us?
It's Dr. Powell has that through federal stuff. Yeah,
She's
she's
covered by federal
mhm.
funds, okay.
Yep.
Any other questions, board members, about superintendent's goals? Let's move on to number 2. Any questions, board members, about number 2?
One of the things I want to say, I look back and I really thought this had already been, this MOU had been approved. And we could not find on any agenda, but I would have bet you the farm that we had put this on an agenda, but I could not find it, so I put it back on again just to ensure that it was good.
We do so many MOUs, it's
I know.
probably hard
Yeah,
to keep it straight.
It is sometimes, but
And every year you gotta do another.
yeah.
Any questions about number 3?
The critical need policy, I did not provide you with a copy of that. That is the policy where we submit to the State Department each year that we have a long-term sub, could not fill it with a long-term sub. We had to fill it with a long-term sub or not a fully certified teacher. This is done every year at this time.
So this year, what's ours? Special ed?
Yeah, oh yeah, special ed, elementary ed, there's about 7 of them.
Yeah.
I can give you a copy of it if you want it, but I just don't have, I missed that one, I didn't print
That's
you that
okay.
one. Art, music, special ed, elementary, 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8.
Elementary, wasn't it? Middle school, yeah.
Guidance counselor,
Oh, very good, yes, we do. Yes.
bus drivers, that's correct.
So how are we with our bus drivers? How many subs do we have now? Of course, Jeremy's not here, so.
They're getting ready to start another class. I don't know, they had the class, I don't know, I haven't heard how many, they're still doing the drive time, I don't know how many
Okay,
finished that yet. Because they did the class, what was it, Lisa, 2 weeks ago, I think?
It wasn't very long ago.
2 weeks ago, and then I think they're trying to get their drive times done now, so we should know. I can find that out for you.
any other questions about 3? Let's move down to 4. Any questions about 4? Any questions about 5? Any questions about 6?
Yeah. The West Virginia School Service Personnel Day, I would like to read this from the governor. It's proclamations by Governor Jim Justice, whereas school service personnel are involved in nearly every aspect of education by maintaining buildings and grounds, preparing and serving meals, keeping school facilities clean and orderly, and assisting in the classroom, as well as providing administrative support, functions, safe transportation, and many other specialized services. And whereas, school service personnel are instrumental in West Virginia's responsibility to educate all students, and whereas these dedicated individuals serve the children of West Virginia in our public education system and have an important role of non-instructional service to the educational system, and whereas it is fitting, we recognize the outstanding work these individuals do for this state, their communities, and the students enrolled in West Virginia schools. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Jim Justice, Governor of the great state of West Virginia, do hereby proclaim September the 19th, 2024 as West Virginia School Service Personnel Day in the Mountain State, and encourage all citizens to join me in this observance. In witness thereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the great seal of the state of West Virginia to be affixed. Done at the capital city of Charleston, state of West Virginia, this 30th day of July, in the year of our Lord 2024, and in 162nd year of the state. Signed, Governor Jim Justice.
Very good.
We could not make it without our service personnel. We could not do it. We could not do it without them. So I will post this proclamation out front for everybody to see when they come through our door.
Everyone in our school system plays an important part. It takes everyone.
Absolutely.
Any questions about number 7?
I'm waiting on the letters of agreement to support, letters of support from the Sheriff's Office, Prosecuting Attorney, Webster County High School, and this board. Officer Van Devender took the Prosecuting Attorney letter and the Sheriff's letter for me today, so those should be good to go. And we'll be getting those back, and once we get those back, I'll be ready to hit the submit button. That is the grant we get for assistance for the pro officer. It is due October 1. And we're good to go. We're well ahead.
We got funding from the JAG grant last year.
18,000, I believe. I saw Tammy out there somewhere. I think it was 18,000 is what we got last year.
Are we applying for more this year? Or do we?
25.
And hope we get it, and if not,
Applied
hope we at least get
Well,
18.
we applied for 20 last year, got 18, so I said let's go for 25
Let's
and
try
hope
more.
for yeah.
Any questions about number 8? Any questions about number 9?
And what is the droplet?
That's the online forms that we use. Replaced a lot of our paper forms where you go in, like for travel. We use them for travel, teacher reimbursement when they cover a planning period. They go in and say it's just electronic. It basically eliminates the workforce out in the schools of having to do paper, send paper copies, get those in. They get misplaced. It's all electronic now. We've used it for. Did you guys? I didn't know if you used it before I came. So this is our second year?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't think.
I couldn't remember. I didn't think you did.
It was all paper pencil. So this amount, 11,500 is for the whole school year.
Yep.
Is that right?
Mhm.
Is that what we played last year? Or
Yes.
has it went,
Yes.
okay. Did it go up? And now we're down to number 10. Update on paper
I
property.
finally got a hold of our attorney, Mr. Thomas White from Dinsmore, and he handles property acquisitions and things of that matter regarding school systems. So at this time, there is a creditor that has filed a lien on the Baker family estate. I don't know for what amount, doesn't matter. Our attorney said that Webster County is not interested in purchasing anything that could have a lien against it, that we wanted a free and clear title. I believe that to be true when we discussed it the last time. And I believe they contacted the creditor. The creditor, something to the effect that they also wanted to, but I believe the property owner would have to agree that money would be put in escrow until they could finalize everything to get us a free and clear title. And the Baker team did not comply and did not want to go down that route. So at this time, there is no deal for the Baker property of purchasing it.
And
That's
is that final?
That's it. We would continue.
So we're just gonna continue to rent it forever?
We could continue to pay rent. I have some ideas that I'm going to be bringing back to you all at the next board meeting. I hope, if I can get in with our architects, a couple ideas that I've already shot at them that they feel like would be manageable. And I just want to have all my ducks in a row before I give it to you. So I don't want to put anything out there that's inaccurate or misleading. So once I meet with the architects, I should be able to let you know option B. But yes, we are going to continue to pay rent on the property at $2,500 a
What
month.
a shame.
So I don't think either party really wanted to budge on giving up that lien on the property. And that's all I was told. That was it.
Yeah. Ready to move on, board
Yes, ma'am.
members? Let's go to number 11. You gonna update us on new PT services, Jimmy?
Mr. Powell and I think Jimmy kind of worked on the PT issue
don't
for a little
think
bit.
Mr. Powell's here.
He's not here this evening. we are,
So
go ahead, Jimmy.
it was so the issue has been that I think it's with the new Vandalia entity and all that. So, and even with Davis, they wanted to look at the contract and update it in some way, but they've just drugged their feet about it. So we were told that we couldn't do it. We couldn't provide services until that contract was taken care of and signed and all that stuff. So, like I told Jeremy, we've let them know that they may be the board may be looking for other services, and so they haven't got anything back to us. So, like I told Jeremy, we got to do what we got to do. So we're gonna look and see if we can get somebody else.
So what this will look like, Jimmy, correct me if I'm wrong, we'll basically do a legal ad posting for this, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure that was the right way. I was pretty sure that's what we had to do.
Yeah.
So-
I think there's a couple people around the area that we might be able to snag there and do it. So
Perfect.
I think we'll be okay.
Okay. Thank you, Jimmy.
Hey, no problem.
Interesting. Number 12. Cell phone policy.
Everybody's been provided a copy of the new cell phone policy to the changes that we have made. And I say we, Stacy, and what we have looked at based off Mr. Markle's handbook to include some of the things. One of the items I will tell you that we left out, Mr. Markle's handbook, student handbook, discussed discipline. And we left that out to be at the, discipline's going to look different at a high school level than it would at an elementary level. So we didn't want to handcuff our administrators into issuing discipline. And if we put it in a policy, we must follow it. So we will leave that at the discretion. So outside of that new policy, which Jimmy, I will email you a copy of it as soon as we're done. Okay.
Okay, sure.
That's what it looks like. And
So this will be out.
it's a lot to read, Jimmy. I can send you a picture of it, but it's
We're only voting, Jimmy, to put it out on comment for 30 days.
right.
So,
And we can edit it after the comment.
yes.
This is just that it's okay to put this much of it out for public comment. We could come back after 30 days and say we need to change A, B, C, D, or scrap the whole thing and start over if we want. You're not approving any policy. This is for 30-day comment period for public comment. This policy will be put out on our board website, and we'll have a copy of it here out front that somebody can come and give a written comment or a verbal comment if they want, and we will record those and present those to you in 30 days. And if there's something you see after you read it tonight and you see something tomorrow, you as board members have the right to comment on that, certainly, as well as anyone in our community.
Well, I see in here, if I'm looking right, that they're not to use them during school day, but it doesn't say they have to store them in their locker or they have to keep them. I mean, it's this. What I see here looks like they can have them with them, just not use them. Now, I don't think that's a good idea. If they've got them,
It's been in the news a lot.
Well, I know, yeah.
Mon County, only because Liam goes there, my grandson. They have the money to afford these pouches locked,
that they put them in.
and then at the end of the day, it gets unlocked. But
I would
forget
have.
how much it
I
costs.
would-
It was a lot of money.
I
we
would
don't have.
recommend that maybe we ask legal on that one. That can we say that you cannot have a cell phone on your person or property on school as a student? Maybe we can. I don't want to, and that's a great question. That's a great point. Is that something we want to? Do we want to say that? And
Well, we had limited, they could have them in their lockers or they could have them out at lunch, I think that's what the high school policy was. But like I say, it didn't agree with the county policy, so.
right.
But I'm not seeing any, it looks like in here it just says they can't use them, but it doesn't say they can't have them with them, which that's just tempting. If they got it, they're gonna use it.
Well, we can add things to this.
Yeah,
well,
oh,
I-
absolutely.
Yeah,
Change.
absolutely.
We
I
can
know.
change and add things.
And I know there's exceptions in here, I see for medical and, which needs to
Yeah.
be, but I'll reread it and
Yeah.
then have some
Maybe we can
comments.
talk about it this weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could we go back to 11?
Sure. PT services?
Yes. Are we not going to be out of compliance with some of the students' plans that are supposed to be receiving?
That's the hope, I mean, because they can't provide the services, the only thing we can do is try to, is post for new ones, post for a new contract, but we could I don't want to say subcontract, that's not the right word.
No, I use that.
I don't want to use that word.
Probably what we would have to do, I'm
Yeah, help me
guessing,
here, Jim.
Susan, is that they'll just have to double down, maybe, for extra weeks, because that's what we've had to do in the past with snow days, makeup days, those type of things. We've had to go and just kind of double up throughout each week or whatever, to try and get
To ensure those minutes
all
are
the
met.
time in there. Yes,
To
yeah.
ensure the minutes are met prior to the end of the school year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and this far along, we should be fine. I mean, if we were a couple months into it, then it might be different. But since we only got about 3 weeks out there, I think it'll be okay. We've been behind, in the past, and I think they've been able to accommodate that. So it should be okay. I wouldn't swear to it, but it should be. It's just
And
unfortunate.
I'll double check with Jeremy in the morning. We'll look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, some of the IEPs
IEPs.
that I have seen, said that they would receive services so many minutes a week. And if we're not providing services, we can't be, how do you make up?
But that's just like Jimmy said about
Like
when
with
there's no,
speech.
like snow days.
Yeah.
I mean, we have no control over
Would you-
this.
It's almost like it's like a bank system. We can bank those times and make them up later on. If
I
we,
understand what you're saying
Yeah.
though about that. I understand.
yeah, but it's like this. And with speech is the same way. We're good on speech. We have a contracted speech person now.
Yeah, if you saw how much it's costing us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So. Any other questions?
Just don't wanna get any dings
No.
I
no.
know I know.
whenever they come in to do evaluation.
Well, and if they come in and evaluate or audit the special ed, they're going to see, okay, we expected this, a contract wasn't met. As soon as you realize the contract wasn't met, you as a board posted for PT, so we'll put a legal ad out in the paper immediately and show that we're doing everything we can to attain that. Yeah.
I think it's just a shame that we have a hospital here who provides PT services.
I know. I
And
agree.
they wanna put us in a bond like this.
Well, maybe they'll get something before once it's been up, the legal ads ran, maybe by then they'll have everything ironed out, hopefully.
Okay.
That'd be good.
Okay, if there are no other questions under Section 8, new business, 1 through 12, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we're down to personnel. Section 9 personnel. Is there a motion to bring Section 9 personnel onto the floor?
So moved.
Susan, is there a second?
Second.
Mike. Okay, any questions about number 1?
You got blanks to fill in.
1B, that name should read Jonathan Roberts. Line B, Jonathan Roberts, beginning special education teacher mentor. Line C, beginning CTE teacher mentor, Beth Roberts. Letter D, beginning principal mentor for Miss Lisa Crookshanks. That name should read Jeremy Pyle. And I'll wait till you get down to the other ones in case you have questions along the way.
Any questions about 2? Any questions about 3? Any questions about 4? And now we're down to 5.
Number 5, letter A, that name should read Angela Moats. Moats.
Board, any questions about items 1 through 5? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And guess what, Superintendent?
Down to me, huh?
We're down to Superintendent's updates.
All right. This morning, students that took the GSA last spring, grades 3 through 8, they were sent an access code and a link to online family portal so they can view their child's assessment results from last year. Dr. Pyle will give us a report on GSA data at the next meeting. I got a couple handouts for you tonight. One of them, one of the board members asked me, due to the recent tragic death of an athlete down in the southern part of the state, to ensure and look at what we have in place, for our athletes in the event of a catastrophic sports injury or accident. I've worked with Mr. Markle, and he did such a good job on this. I told him he didn't have to be here to present it, that I wanted you all to have this. I wanted you to read it, and I wanted you to look at it. And if there's anything there that you want added or more of, we'll be glad to look into that. And what he did to explain all the items and the invoices and what you see behind this main paper, he did a really good job with a simple explanation of what procedures and steps that they have taken at Webster County High School to prevent and respond to catastrophic injuries, and then he lists the steps. I'm not going to read to you. You all are very capable of that, but that was asked to be done and compiled, and I completely agreed that it needed to be done. And I think Mr. Markle did an excellent job providing you and showing you everything that we do
One to Jimmy down there.
to make sure our athletes are safe in football and in all sports. The amount of training has increased over the years, and that has been something that we have been in compliance with, and I can assure you that Sarah McGinnis takes no prisoners when it comes to coaches not having their stuff done, and she is on that very, very serious. I think Sarah takes it more serious than any rest of us about ensuring these coaches are trained and have what they're supposed to have, which is good. We do take it serious. Sarah just follows through for us. I would like to start at the beginning of every month, moving forward from here on, providing you with a copy of our district enrollment summary for the county. I think it's interesting for you all to watch and to know that. And I have asked Mrs. Dillon to try to make herself available at one of the upcoming board meetings to come in and talk to you guys and let you know what she's doing regarding attendance and enrollment and homeschooling and those sort of things. And I also instructed her that I want this report. I want to have this report available to me so I can provide you guys this number at the first meeting in each board, first board meeting of each month. There it is. Thank you. And the next thing I would like to give you is another piece of paper. This is the 24-25 dates for academic fairs for the entire county. And I would gladly attend them with you if you guys decide to go. It's our literature fair, spelling bee, math field day, science, social studies, golden horse, all kinds of good stuff. That way you can mark out on your calendars and get out and see everybody.
See, the second month count,
The October count,
when will that be done? That'll be like the
third. I couldn't remember if it was the third or the second.
I was gonna say second,
I
but
thought it was,
third,
yeah,
yeah.
she's right. Yeah, it depends on what day it falls on.
Offhand, do you know how many were down
Or
last
up
year?
From this time last year, I do not. I can look and maybe send that out in a weekly wrap up to you.
Okay.
And we missed that last Friday, you realize that, don't you?
It's because your superintendent didn't do it.
I know that.
He did it the first week and forgot to do it the second week.
I thought we'll get it on Saturday. Well, it didn't come Saturday either.
I remembered it yesterday morning.
Well, now you have to do 2 weeks wrap up this Friday.
So just for
Oh, you won't be here Friday. You'll be in Charleston.
my board's making me go to Charleston
You'll have to do it Thursday.
Thursday. So at this time, just to give a cap to the general public of what our current enrollment is, Blade Elementary, pre-K through 6 has a total enrollment of 332 students. Hacker Valley, PK through 8 has a total enrollment of 36 students. Webster Springs Elementary, pre-K through 6, of an enrollment of 197. And Webster County High School, 7 through 12, for a total enrollment of 493 students, for a grand total of 1,058 students enrolled in Webster County schools.
Yeah.
The next form that I have for you,
Oh, yes, and I wanted this.
you
one.
guys
This
have
is the
asked
one
for
I
a
had.
school employee of who's where and doing what, and
So many people moved,
people have moved and changed and left and come and gone.
new names.
So I am providing you a copy of that as well.
Okay. We'll know where everyone's at.
The next form that I am handing you out is a copy of the 2024 Summit Assessment statewide results, and this basically just looks at, this does look as a state, our total state, nothing specific to Webster County. Just to give you an idea, we were asked to provide that to all county board members. So I'm just giving you guys that. And that is all I have this evening.
Board members, anything before we adjourn? Mike?
I do apologize for the weekly wrap-up mix-up. That was my fault. Sorry.
Don't let it happen again.
You're right. I'll get it out. Make sure you remind me to do it Friday.
It's brought to my attention Friday at the ball game that we're having trouble with our nurses' schedules. We're not getting good coverage. I'd like to see where we're at on that
Okay.
and why they're not got coverage. And also, I'd seen where we, on the expenses, where we'd had to pay to have that pumped up again at the high school was the grant.
The SBA?
The SBA grant
Yes.
and everything. I know it was approved, but are we on a schedule to do that as soon as school's out?
We have that one has to be done when school's out.
It has to be.
Yeah. The other ones, that's the plan, and the safe school ones, they're looking to begin within the next couple months. Yes, they absolutely. I believe the architects said that they want to have that. They want to begin the posting and bidding for that in February.
Okay.
That way that whoever's doing it, the engineer can look at it, approve it, and whoever's going to do the actual work will be ready to roll the day kids are out of that building.
Good. That's all I had.
Susan, do you have anything?
All I wanted was the school athlete safety.
Lisa, you got anything? No. Jimmy, you have anything?
No.
No. Then guess what? We're down to adjournment. Is there a motion to adjourn?
A motion?
Lisa, is there a second?
A second.
Jimmy, all in favor?
Now,
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.